Welcome to Beer Garden Mafia Podcast. We got a special show for you all today. We're being joined by Anthony and his good friend Jeremy here. They're a couple of vets, and they got a message they want to get out. So without further ado, let's get into it, guys. Let's go ahead and introduce yourselves.
So I'm Jeremy Wallace. I'm the co-founder of A Soldier's Heart Bluegrass and Muddy Waters. I'm also the commander and a department service officer and District 1 committee person for the Disabled American Veterans. I'm also a member of the American Legion and a member of the VFW here locally.
Very nice. Awesome.
My name's Anthony Evans, and I am the first junior vice commander for the Disabled American Veterans Department of Kentucky currently. And I serve locally as a service officer with the DAV at the local chapter, also a member of the American Legion, and we're both co-directors of the Marshall County Veteran Support Group, which is made up of all veteran organizations here in Marshall County.
Very awesome.
Okay, now, Anthony, you told me before y'all did a news interview and they cut out the bulk of it. So we wanted to give you a chance to get that information out. So tell us, what is it that you wanted people to know that didn't get known before?
So I think back when we were talking then, the youth had done some vandalism at the local park. And one thing that we wanted to highlight to the children or the youth that had done that damage is that there is forgiveness. Especially in, from Jesus Christ, our Redeemer.
Right.
There is forever forgiveness, and there's a potential for these young men to, do the right thing, whatever their punishment will be, and be good, outstanding members of the community.
Right.
Don't think that this is going to tarnish you for life. This is just a learning lesson of what they did damaging those statues. And then, another thing that we did not get to discuss during the interview with television is the damage that was done to the Miracle League field, which is the field that has been fundraised over the years for children with mental handicap and physical handicap to have a baseball field. And it has a turf on it that's a rubberized texture. And those the youth that damaged the statues also damaged that turf throughout the entire field, the infield, the outfield, and everything. That was never covered in the news. And as far as veterans, we feel really ticked off about what they did to the statues.
Yes.
But what really got to us was the damage that they did to these children and these adults.
Yeah, because it's not just
field.
Property they're hurting. It's, there's people involved here.
Right, yes. And these, adults and youth go out there and enjoy this Miracle League field throughout the spring, summer, and fall. And that was delayed this year because of the damage.
Wow.
Now, we found out later on through the fiscal court that it was repaired at no cost. And so those youth probably would have had up to well over $50,000 of damage to that field.
Wow.
That they are not going to have to be responsible for because the company that ended up doing the repair did it for free.
Wow.
And so,
who's the company? We should give them a shout out.
Yeah, you could probably contact the judge executive, and yes, definitely give them a shout out. The work that they did was amazing. It looks great.
They've got a new playground.
They're doing a new playground for those children and those adults with mental health. Yeah,
Good.
they're doing a playground next door. Yeah, Mike Demarah Park.
Yeah, if the people who did that are watching, please put a comment down below. We'll make sure we share this out with everybody, but we truly appreciate your efforts. Thank you.
I would say that probably covered that interview. Then the next interview was about mental health and suicide, and we were discussing WPSD actually did a really good story on my brother who died of his PTSD in 2024. It was actually a month after I had a massive heart attack, and shared his story. But I think one thing they could have done better was discussing not only his PTSD but the fentanyl use. That is a thing that just doesn't affect veterans. It affects all people, youth, children, adults, the elderly, people who are sick, battling cancer or disease, or they just have mental disabilities. Suicide and drug addiction affects everyone. Actually, that is definitely what we wanted to cover, and we said, but they never mentioned that in the report. It affects everyone, and so it affects all families.
Yeah, it does. I had a brother-in-law that he ended his life suicide. It is devastating.
Yes.
It is devastating.
Yes.
I mean, I don't even know how to put that into words. It's a really tough thing to deal with. It's bad enough to lose somebody to a car accident or, that's an act of God.
Right.
Yes.
Suicide is not natural,
No.
and the people that survive that, they're relatives of these people that commit suicide. They always wonder, what could I have done to stop it?
Yeah.
How could I have helped? And, what did I do wrong? And the answer is there's nothing you could have done.
Right.
That's where I started A Soldier's Heart. Was we had a 15-month combat deployment, 2006, 2007 to Iraq. We were in convoy security, convoy escort missions, doing combat patrols as well, an instant reaction force for LSA Anaconda there in Iraq. And we lost one guy overseas to combat. We had one that we also lost due to a rollover in a canal. But one we lost to combat within 6 months of returning home, the first one, a guy that lived in Louisville, took his own life. And that's why we started A Soldier's Heart, is the veterans' suicide and PTSD. The government does a great job of training soldiers and getting them into theater, but they do a terrible job of bringing them home.
Yeah, they do.
And even...
And we expect these men to do some pretty horrific things to protect our freedoms.
Yes.
And it's a hard thing to live with afterwards.
It is. Yeah.
I mean, Jen and I had a really good friend. He died of liver cancer, but he told me one day, he said, Keith, you don't understand. I'm suicidal every day.
Yeah.
And I tried to explain to him. I said, well, Ponder, you've got to understand that sometimes good men have to do bad things for the greater good, and you have to do evil shit sometimes to stop the greater evil.
Yeah.
And he just told me, he said, that doesn't make me feel any better. I'm still suicidal every single day.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I tell people it's a normal reaction to an abnormal situation.
Yeah.
Because the body and the mind is not designed to do what the military sends them to do.
Well, I find that most vets, they do one of two things. They either become suicidal or they shut down their emotions altogether. My dad was a Marine. He fought in the Korean War. And I don't know what he dealt with, because he won't talk about it to this day. He's 94 years old, and he won't talk about it.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to talk about it, and he won't. So I know that, military vets have gone through a lot, and people need to help. So how can they help?
Right.
What can people do to help?
We've got several organizations here in Marshall County. We've talked about a few of them. The Disabled American Veterans, our main focus here locally is doing benefits work for veterans, helping them receive the benefits that they've earned, that they're entitled to, whether that's medical care for injuries or compensation for injuries through the Veterans Administration. The American Legion, they focus on doing honor guards, so they give veterans their last rites at funerals and things like that. Then Soldier's Heart, we do retreats for veterans, and we try to focus on veterans with PTSD. We do free retreats for veterans on Kentucky Lake. We do 9 to 14 a year there. We've got another organization we partner with in Central Kentucky called Camp Brownberry USA. They do 9 to 14 retreats up there a year. And then we also partner with another organization called Ghost Ship Warriors. And we do some sailing retreats out of Key West, Florida. And we take veterans, a group of 12, 6 on each sailboat. We'll load up full of groceries, food, drinks, all that stuff, and we'll sell them from Key West to the Dry Tortugas and back. We hit a couple islands on the way. We've got snorkeling stuff, fishing stuff. So we're just, 4 hours after you leave Key West, 0 cell phone signal.
Yeah.
It's just you and the veterans and the captains on that boat. And so it's a week-long trip, all inclusive. We pay for their travel and everything. So, it's just things like that get veterans together to discuss their issues.
Yeah.
Has been very beneficial.
Right.
Yeah, having somebody who can actually relate, because the common man can't.
Yeah. Get rid of the distractions, cell phones and things like that, and just live together for a week, cook together, eat together, sell the boat together, because they're crew on the boat. We're raising the sails, lowering the sails. It's just life-changing a week for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Another way that they could help locally and nationwide is there's always a need for drivers to help get veterans to appointments and we were discussing this earlier, the need is nationwide.
Yes.
And all you have to do is you do have to be able to pass a background check through the VA. You'll have to complete a physical, and you have to have a valid driver's license.
Yes. And insurance.
And insurance. And you can drive veterans to their appointments. And that is life-saving treatment for the veterans. You know, we were discussing it.
Are no cost rides,
yes,
too.
Yes. It's no cost to the veteran. And so we actually have a phone number if you want to share it real quick.
Yes,
Put it on the screen.
Oh, we'll put it on the screen. Okay.
If anybody's interested in becoming a van driver, call Leonard Hart, and his phone number is 270-853-5372. He's the coordinator for the Marshall County Veterans Van.
And if you want to do it outside of here, across the country, contact your local VA. They have community offices that just do volunteer coordination.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so it's a great way. And then, you know, we're talking about these nonprofits. And if you want to give to a nonprofit, we really encourage you to give to a nonprofit that serves your local veterans in your area.
Do your research.
We were discussing this. Specifically, give your donation to that organization, highlighted who you're paying it to, and down in the right-hand left of your check or your money order, or if you're giving it, make sure it goes to a direct need of a veteran or their family, like a utility, rent, vehicle repair, food assistance, clothing assistance, things like that. And that way you know that that dollar that you're giving does not go for an administrative fee, or it does not go for payment of a building or the, you know, of the veteran organization, or to purchase alcohol. That it goes right back to a veteran in need in that community.
Yes.
Right.
Great advice.
So one of the big things we do at a Soldier's Heart, how we pay for all these retreats that we do, is we've got a 3-day music festival. It's called Pickin On a Soldier's Heart. That happens every year in September. This is our 9th year. So we're going to do it September 10th, 11th, and 12th this year. 3 days of music. We've got arts and craft vendors, food trucks out there. Kenlake has just completely redone their campground. So we're excited about that this year. And we'd like to have the community out there to support us. That's how we fund the retreats. That's how we cover travel for the sailing retreats, all the groceries for the boat, fuel for the boat. So, and a Soldier's Heart is one of those organizations. When we started it, in the bylaws, in the Constitution, nobody in the organization receives a paycheck. We don't have any
So it's
overhead.
a real charity.
It's a real
actual
non-profit
charity.
organization.
Yes.
Nobody's getting a paycheck. We don't have an office. We operate out of anywhere we can. We've got a P.O. box for mail. We just use every dollar and stretch it as far as we can.
Right.
So,
Another local charity here in Marshall County is Marshall County Veteran Support Group.
yes.
It is the membership of that is by the Purple Heart Association, Soldier's Heart, Disabled American Veterans locally, 2 American Legion Posts, 236 and 95, and the local VFW.
Yes.
And so that makes up Marshall County Veteran Support Group. Marshall County Veteran Support Group is actually a committee under the Judge Executive or the Fiscal Court. And they are in charge of all the veteran and active duty ceremonies or functions at Mike Miller Park. And so if you want to come for Memorial Day, that is ultimately given the authority to Marshall County Veteran Support Group, and then currently it's been handed down to the VFW to put together. And the same thing with other functions during the year.
The Marshall County Veteran Support Group also handles any kind of request for assistance that a veteran may have. Veterans may have an emergency need that comes up, say a car breaks down, they can't pay their utility payment, they need food, they need temporary housing, they need permanent housing. I mean, we've worked with veterans that were living in their trucks at the Marshall County Veteran Support Group, got them their benefits that they've earned, and got them into permanent housing in a matter of 3 or 4 months. And you can look at the veterans that we've helped now and tell it's made a difference in their life. They were going from living in their truck.
Right.
Yeah,
have
no
permanent
vets should have
housing.
to live in their truck.
Yes.
I mean, you know,
Yeah.
without vets, this country would be we'd be slaves.
Yeah,
Let's just
right,
be honest about it.
Now, I will tell you, we try to be the best stewards we can with the
Yes.
money we receive at Marshall County Veteran Support. it's a 501(c) also.
Yes.
It's all volunteer. No money goes toward any administration fee or office space, paying for any utilities or anything. Every dollar that is brought in goes right back out to helping veterans.
Yeah.
But one thing, if you're a veteran or you're a veteran's family that needs assistance, we do require that they have the DD-214 of the veteran. What we have to see is honorable service.
Honorable discharge.
Right.
Okay, and if they have any other discharge in honorable service, we will try to help them get that upgraded to honorable if it's possible. But again, we are an arm of the fiscal court of Marshall County. They want to do their best to support those who have served honorably.
Yes.
Right.
And you know, and that's the way it is. So there's a gentleman we were able to help recently. We had to see his DD-214 before, you know, we would all come to under agreement after we saw the DD-214 and confirmed the need was true.
Yes.
Right.
And then we were able to help that young veteran and, you know, send them on their way. So
That's what the Marshall County Veteran Support Group does, is they get together, they make sure there's a real need there. They make sure the veteran is a real veteran. We ask for proof of service. And then if all that's in line, we usually help them out. And we do have a cap on how much we can help because we don't have bottomless coffers,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So,
I mean, there's not a money tree in the backyard.
yes,
you know?
yes,
Right.
So
yes,
you got to stretch them dollars the best you can.
yes.
when you
Yes.
Get it. Okay. So anything else you want to get out there? Or?
well, I would say, you know, highlighting, we were talking about suicide and PTSD and drug addiction and other just addictions, gambling, you know, alcoholism, things like that. There is help for you out there. If you're out there and you have those, we would love to get you in contact to some great resources. You don't even have to be a veteran. We would love to encourage you in your walk to sobriety or, you know, being clean from drugs or alcohol. If you're a victim of domestic violence, if you're in a situation that's not healthy, there is help for you, especially, first and foremost, in Christ Jesus. You will find every need will be met. You might not feel like it is, but it will be spiritually and eternally. It's a life-changing thing that I will bear witness to that myself. I know all these gentlemen believe the same way. But we just want to, you know, we want to be here, part of the community. We live here. We want to support the entire community.
If you need help, if you got questions about veterans benefits, our office for the disabled American veterans is at the Marshall County Courthouse in the basement, Suite B00. That's at 1101 Main Street. We're there from every Wednesday from 8 to noon, and then from 1 to 3 we take lunch from noon to 1. We've got several veteran service officers. If you're a female veteran and you've got some things to discuss that might be sensitive, we have a female veteran service officer that we're glad to have to offer to you as well. We want everybody to be comfortable and feel safe when they come in and see us.
Lastly, we just want to thank you both and thank Jen for having us here,
Yes.
giving us opportunity to come speak to our community, to people listening wherever you may be, and just thank everybody. And make sure you like this YouTube channel and share it.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Don't forget
Subscribe.
to
Subscribe, like, and share.
Like, share, and
Well,
subscribe.
we like to help. I mean, we really do.
Anyway,
And you mentioned earlier that a couple of the vet organizations are having trouble hanging onto their buildings.
Yeah.
Just to throw this out there, if you guys ever need a place for meetings, I've got this entertainment building out there. You're welcome to it anytime you need it.
We will definitely pass that
Just-
on to.
We'd also
I mean-
like to make a plea for.
I mean, I got to pay the power bill anyway, so I'm
Yeah.
not going to charge you anything.
thank you so
We'll,
much.
That's awesome.
we'll accommodate you any way we can.
and we'd like to make a
Because
plea.
we want to do our part too.
Yeah.
You know.
Make a plea for younger veterans to start getting involved in these organizations. The organizations we're talking about. I'm 44 years old. Anthony is as old
50.
as he is. He's almost 50, and we're pretty much some of the younger folks that are involved in these organizations by a long shot.
Yes.
Yeah,
The honor
there's
guard.
a lot of young vets around,
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
you
We
know,
understand they're all raising families, but hey, guys, take care of your kids, your families. That's the main thing. But we could also use some help if you got a little bit of time.
Yes, the honor guard he mentioned earlier. They do like he said, the funeral rites, military funeral rites. They really, really need some
They need some help.
new recruits. I won't say just young recruits, just new recruits. We got to fill that gap in. These men and women have served their country honorably. We got to give them the last rights they deserve,
That's
and
right.
they've earned.
If you've got 5 hours every other week, 5 hours, you got enough time. You can pick a veteran up at his house. take them to their appointment in Paducah to get some cancer treatments and take them home. That's all
Yes.
we're asking, is somebody some help with that. So,
And it helps. It helps a bunch.
and for the van drivers, you don't have to be a veteran to be a van driver. Anybody can drive a van as long as you can pass the physical and the background check.
Yeah.
Right. Okay,
And we
folks.
will definitely pass on your opportunity or your potential contribution to the veteran community sharing
honestly,
this building.
anytime
Thank
need
you
a
so
building,
much.
You just let us know. It's there for you.
Perfect. That's awesome.
So we'd be happy to help.
Thank
More
you.
than happy to help.
Thank
So please.
Well, it's been an honor to have you guys on. We really appreciate everything you've done for the community, everything you've done to keep us safe. It means a lot
Yes.
to me, and I've been affected as well by all the stuff you guys are working on to help with. So if it means anything to you, if you love this country, support these guys, support our veterans,
Support America.
support
right.
America.
This is
Amen.
America's
You don't have to just be in
250th birthday.
Kentucky,
That's
nationwide. Just help out,
250
y'all.
years.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God
our
bless
vets.
America.
Yes.
Without
Amen.
our vets, we wouldn't have America. Remember that. So please get out and help. Please.
Well, we'll see you guys on the next one. We appreciate you. Share this out to people and have a blessed day.
Thank you, Beer Garden Mafia.
With the Beer Garden Mafia, that's how we roll. Laughing loud, living free, that's how we stole.